I know he's a good fighter, but this is just different. You know,
great fighter.
You see what happened when a good fighter jump up and his opponent is great fighter. So you're gonna find out.
That means you're a good fighter, and Bivol is a great fighter.
Oh, I'm feeling great. I've been working out. You know, actually, I just got done running before we, head into the press conference. So everything is going according to plan, and I'm looking forward to becoming a 3-time undisputed champion come September 13th.
Terence Crawford has conquered multiple divisions, earned pound-for-pound recognition, and left a trail of dominance behind him, but one name has stayed noticeably silent: Canelo Alvarez. Despite Crawford's stacked resume, the Mexican icon has yet to acknowledge him among the sport's elite. Now the tension is boiling over. Crawford isn't just asking for respect, he's demanding it. His words are sharper, his frustration clearer. This is no longer just about legacy, it's personal. Will Canelo answer the call or continue to ignore it? One thing's for sure, the boxing world is watching closely.
The only running that I'm gonna be doing is running upside his head, and I can assure you that. Facts. And he got a big head too.
Is you a good fighter or a great fighter? Let me know.
I'm a great fighter.
So you got your ass whooped by a good fighter, right?
You're a good fighter.
Well, every time you stepped up, you lost. Great fighter.
I'm not.
They've studied him, analyzed every move, and now some trainers and coaches are stepping forward, claiming with quiet certainty that Terence Crawford has been figured out. But this isn't just talk. They believe they've seen what most still haven't. Even Shakur Stevenson saw it early. While others waited, he recognized Crawford's brilliance and said so, long before it became undeniable. This isn't hype. It's the slow, surgical erasure of doubt, one flawless performance at a time. The question now isn't if Crawford is the best. It's whether the boxing world is finally ready to admit what the sharpest minds have known all along.
Like, as far as in that weight class, Terence Crawford is like the greatest. So I just feel as though with Canelo's style and like the style of boxing that he got, I think and this is before Bivol did it, but I thought like Terence Crawford was the only guy who I felt as though could have beat Canelo with his style.
When fighters like Shakur Stevenson back Crawford over Canelo, it means something. These aren't casual takes. They're insights from elite boxers who study styles for a living. Stevenson recognized Crawford's greatness well before the Bivol fight shifted the public narrative. This isn't hype, it's pure validation, measured, informed, and years ahead of the mainstream. The real ones knew. Now, the rest of the world is finally catching up.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been putting it out since, I want to say, when he fought Sean Porter. Like back then, if you go watch, it's an interview out there. I had said I think that Terence Crawford would beat Canelo Alvarez right after he fought Sean Porter. So the idea, I've been thinking about it. I've been saying it before Bud even was saying it.
When Crawford dismantled Sean Porter, Shakur Stevenson wasn't just watching, he was studying. While others reacted, Shakur had already made his call. His take wasn't hype or recency bias. It was a clear analysis of skill, style, and fight IQ. Now, as the Canelo debate heats up, those early insights carry more weight. Shakur didn't just choose Crawford. He explained why the stylistic edge is his. The sharpest minds see the truth first. The real question, will the rest of us finally listen?
I think Bud is a southpaw. I think that's the part that kind of that's underestimated about the fight. I think him being a southpaw makes it a little harder for Canelo. I think Canelo has some type of trouble with southpaw. When I watched him fight John Ryder. John Ryder, and John Ryder wasn't that good. It's just Canelo was fighting against the southpaw, and it made it a little bit harder than usual. But with the Madrimov fight, I just felt like Madrimov is a good fighter, and stylistically, he's a lot different than Canelo.
A left-handed fighter isn't just another opponent for Canelo. It's a puzzle he struggled with before, and Shakur Stevenson's breakdown suggests Crawford's style could exploit those flaws in ways we haven't even seen yet. If styles truly make fights, this might be far worse than anyone anticipated. Even Frank Warren, a battle-tested promoter, couldn't dismiss the brewing storm. His recent admission says it all. September won't be an easy month. The warning signs are there. The question now is whether Canelo can rewrite history, or if Crawford is about to expose it.
He's got a big fight, hasn't he, in September, first of all. Yeah. And that's going to be a tough fight for him against Paul.
Frank Warren's tone wasn't casual. It was laced with concern. A man who's spent decades in the fight game doesn't just toss around warnings lightly. When he says this is a real tough one, it's not promotion. It's a veteran's intuition screaming that something's different this time. This isn't the usual pre-fight hype. Warren didn't just acknowledge the challenge, he dissected it. He questioned Canelo's current form and hinted that the size advantage, something many assumed would be decisive, might not play out the way fans expect. When a promoter of Warren's caliber sounds the alarm, it's because he sees what casual observers miss. The storm clouds are gathering. Is Canelo ready for what's coming?
Who wins that fight, Frank? I don't go with a bigger man. I should go with a bigger man, but their age, who knows? Crawford doesn't fight once a year. Canelo's roughly twice a year. Canelo's last fight, I wasn't too impressed with him for that fight. And Crawford, although the guy was a runner, Crawford's last fight, he had a real tough fight against the Eastern European.
Would beat Canelo.
Could you give me a little insight as to why and how?
I'm just telling you, he'll beat you. You know what I'm saying? He got a great team of coaches. You know, he got everything around him to where he'll know he'll beat you.
Crawford's trainer Bomac didn't just predict victory over Canelo, he declared it with ice-cold certainty. And when Bomac talks, history listens. Before Spence, he made the same vow, and we all saw how that ended. Now Crawford's words have the sport buzzing. This isn't a boxing match, it's a hunt. Two predators enter, only one leaves with everything.
I know he'll beat you.
What about, was it like his length, his counter punching?
I ain't gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I didn't put out there when he beat Spence. I just kept telling everybody he was gonna beat him. And when he finally beat him, I tried to tell everybody. Nobody want to listen to me. Now y'all need to start listening to me.
He warned us before, then delivered when it mattered most. Bomac doesn't make noise, he makes declarations, and his latest revelation is chilling. They've already identified the cracks in Canelo's armor and crafted the perfect plan to exploit them. This isn't speculation, it's a strategic autopsy. The same man who mapped out Spence's downfall is now plotting Canelo's. When Bomac speaks, it's not bravado, it's a countdown to revelation. The blueprint is drawn, the hunt begins.
I don't think people doubt that he has the skill to beat a Canelo. It's the size and the strength and the power. That's what.
That don't mean shit. You can take all that shit away from the fighter. Size, strength, you can take all that away. Because of course, you got holes in this game.
There was something telling in Bomac's tone, not just confidence in Crawford, but doubt about Canelo, a quiet acknowledgement of what many have sensed. The Mexican star's sharpness may be fading. Meanwhile, Crawford remains as precise and lethal as ever. Mark Kriegel's breakdown cut deeper than just technique. He didn't just analyze hands or footwork, he exposed Crawford's mind. A chess player in gloves, always 5 steps ahead, cold, calculating, unshakable. The question isn't just who's better, it's who's still hungry. And right now, Crawford's the hunter with a target locked in. Canelo had better hope time hasn't dulled his claws.
Crawford can do a lot of stuff. I don't think it's entirely fair to judge him on his last performance. He was adjusting to size, he was adjusting to weight, but also he was fighting someone who's very, very long. Crawford's one of the most resourceful fighters I've ever seen. He can come at you from either side. He's a really high IQ. I think that he's thinking 2, 3, 4 steps ahead. Look, we'll see. It's a huge amount of weight.
Yes, Canelo is bigger, but Crawford, he's smarter. Intelligence, adaptability, and surgical timing can dismantle size. And that's exactly what makes a fighter truly dangerous, especially one who spent his career outthinking bigger men as he climbs divisions. Mark Kriegel didn't just hint at the truth, he forced the question onto Canelo himself, blunt and unflinching. Which version of you are we getting? The ferocious lightning-fast king, or the fighter who's suddenly just half a step behind? The gap between legend and decline is razor thin. And Crawford? He's the kind of predator who exploits both.
Yeah, but I mean, Canelo's Canelo. What I'm more curious about is what Canelo comes out. I know how hungry Crawford is. I don't doubt Canelo's hunger, but I think he's gotten used to, opponents who aren't quite, what they were in the prime of his prime. And I also think he's gotten into the habit of throwing one shot at a time. For instance, with Kovalev, I thought that he was behind on points, but I also never thought that the fight was in doubt. And it was only a matter of time before he did what he did. I don't think you can get away with that in the same way with Terence Crawford.
Kriegel doesn't question Canelo's greatness, but does question his current motivation. He noted that against a relentless, high-pressure fighter like Crawford, Canelo's usual power punches might not be enough. Crawford overwhelms opponents before they can adjust, and if Canelo isn't at his best, the fight could slip away fast. Though Kriegel stayed neutral on paper, he clearly gave Crawford more credit than most are willing to admit.
I think Crawford's got a better shot than people are giving him right now. I think that he can do more things. I'm not trying to dodge your question. Yeah. I don't like to give predictions because I got to go into the fight. Being down the middle.
Even with lingering skepticism, Kriegel's indirect support for Crawford shifts the narrative. When someone with his insight starts raising concerns, it's worth paying attention. He went beyond just analyzing the matchup. He questioned Canelo's mindset and the very decision to take the fight, putting the spotlight and pressure squarely on him.
I think that Crawford can do an awful lot of stuff, and I'm trying to figure out the last time the Canelo fought a guy who was this good. Forget about the weight. And I think that there's a lot of pressure on Canelo for not, to be frank, for not having fought Benavidez before. It's like, okay, you got a lighter guy, you got a smaller guy. What do you do with him now? That's a lot on him.
This fight is about more than skill. It's legacy and pressure. Kriegel pointed out that Canelo might be under the greatest pressure of his career, with Benavidez still lurking. Now, Canelo faces a smaller, faster, smarter Crawford. No excuses. Crawford can expose hesitation and lack of motivation, and if Canelo doesn't step up, criticism could hit harder than any punch. Kriegel also highlighted Crawford as the best switch hitter right now. Fighting effectively from both stances isn't just flashy, it's a weapon, adding unpredictability that could level the playing field against Canelo. Styles make fights, and Crawford's adaptability is rare. In a matchup this big, those small advantages matter. Even actor and fight fan Chuck Zito weighed in on the size debate, respectfully acknowledging that this fight isn't just big, it's unprecedented.
Well, don't forget, Crawford came up, I think, 2 weight classes.
Yeah, he started at 135, yeah.
Canelo is, that's his weight class.
Naturally.
But you know what, I gotta say that Canelo, every time I see him, his fights get better and better. Even as he gets older, his fights are better and better. It's gonna be a great fight, because Crawford's a great fighter.
Zito acknowledged the weight difference as a real factor, but also praised Canelo for continuing to improve despite the wear of a long career. While he held back on overhyping Crawford, his respect as a true fight fan was clear. This isn't just power versus speed, it's greatness versus greatness, with both fighters still evolving. That's what makes this showdown a potential all-time classic.
I have a feeling Canelo's gonna pull it out.
Yeah?
But like I said, Crawford's a great fighter. You can't take anything from him. So to me, they're both great. May the best man win.
Zito leans toward Canelo, but without full conviction, and that says a lot. He clearly respects that Crawford isn't someone you take lightly, not for a second. This isn't a clear-cut favorite scenario. It's razor thin, with greatness on both sides. Adding to the intrigue, Eddie Chambers pointed out that the weight difference might actually favor Crawford. His insight highlighted a physical shift that many fans may have overlooked, adding another layer to an already complex matchup.
I just think he's really, his diet's the best it's ever been, probably. He's probably stronger than he's ever been. He's focused more than he's ever been in his entire career, because this is the biggest fight he had. So I think he's gonna look his best. I think he's gonna do his best. I think it's going to be the best performance he can put on. I just don't know if he's going to be able to keep Canelo off.
That's what makes this matchup so compelling. We're witnessing 2 evolved versions of legends facing off. Just when it feels like every angle has been covered, Eddie Chambers adds another layer, zeroing in on Crawford's physical and mental peak. His perspective reinforces the idea that this might be the most dangerous version of Crawford we've ever seen.
Canelo Crawford coming up September. What do you think about that fight?
Canelo Crawford. Good fight. Good fight. Canelo has advantage because Crawford moving up, but my advice to Crawford is like maintain the speed, improve the speed, and improve the strength, because it's hard to go up in high weight and maintain your speed. So speed is the key.
When Pacquiao speaks, the boxing world listens. He praised Canelo's strengths but offered key advice to Crawford. Use timing and precision to neutralize that power. This isn't just a brawl, it's strategy, speed, and survival. Every round could be a high-stakes chess match. Canelo versus Crawford is more than a fight. It's a clash of styles, legacies, and wills. Canelo brings power and experience. Crawford, speed and versatility. Both have something to prove and everything to lose. So what do you think? Can Crawford's speed and skill handle Canelo's pressure and power? Should he follow Pacquiao's advice or take a different path? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and check back for more boxing breakdowns and analysis.